Good morning. It is Monday. It is the morning, and we're off to Scotland. We're off to Lockerbie with a load that I had on from Friday. And my intentions are to try and beat the other 10 wagons. However, as previously discussed, might not be the best morning person. Me and mornings do not mix. So I'm guessing that I will not be the first one there. Right, well, this looks very promising. There's not a massive queue here. I have not written out a ticket for this. I am freaking useless. Why am I so useless at paperwork? Can't even see down there. I've not set the time-lapse camera off. The problem is, where we picked up from on Friday, all this wood shavings that you can kind of see in this side here, they've obviously been in that shed for a while and they've dried, which is great for like weight and how much you can transport, but it means that the walking floors are having a hard time pushing it out. Scotland, I love you. I do, I genuinely love you. All of you. But which one of you came up with the stupid idea of making HGVs drive at 40 miles an hour everywhere? Why? Why on earth would you do that? Look how agonisingly slow this is. I mean, the scenery is beautiful, but 40 miles an hour, really? I don't know who came up with the idea. And I know people come up with silly ideas all the time, but this obviously took other people to say, well, that's a really good idea, that. Let's do it. Why? Were they all sitting around us taking drugs? I genuinely, I'm not sure about that, because that's the only way I could think of. Hello, sir.
Has your doors got an airlock on, the trailer doors?
Yes, they have, sir.
Spot on. When you tip your dust at Lockerbie, reload out of Lockerbie for Cramlington on Jenkinson's account.
Okay.
I'll send the details through to you, pal.
No worries, you're a superstar. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, mate. Pal.
So we've got our next job, which is good. We're at BSW Dalbeattie at the moment, and there is a bit of a queue. And when I say a bit of a queue, I can't even see the gates yet. So hopefully it's just outside the problem, not inside. But if it is, then I might be here for a while. I think I've got a puncture. I don't know, but I've just gone to strap up there and one of the trailer tyres didn't look right. I could be seeing things, I hope I am, I'm going to check with the workshop and see if I can drive and keep an eye on it. Maybe pull in like every 30 minutes, an hour or something like that, just to see if it is. If it is a puncture, it's a very, very, very slow puncture. I don't know. I feel like I've had just a constant run of bad luck, one thing after another. And I do try and stay positive the best I can do, but honestly, the last thing I need now, I was hoping for a good, clean week. No problems, no issues, nothing. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Okay, so we've left there, all tipped, we're off and away. I'm heading up to Scotland now. It's around about 2 hours away, the location, but I'm not going to go all the way there, if I'm honest. It'll be driving too long. I'm actually going to stop around about 7 o'clock tonight, and I've got good reason for that. I still have concerns about the left side trailer tyre. Now I could be wrong. I might have this all wrong and there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, and in which case all good. But it's got me a little bit worried that it is going flat, and I'd rather not drive around on a flat tyre if I can help it. Well, I'm tired, but I'm up for Tuesday. I think we can do it today. The tyre guy came at I think maybe 10:30 or something like that, and he was an absolute hero. Just an absolute hero. He came, I started having a look at it, and I was knackered. I was nigh on falling asleep at this point. And he looks at us and just goes to bed, go to sleep, don't worry, I'll sort this, I'll do the retalk, get it all sorted for you, you go to bed, I'll just put drivers asleep. I was like, really? Yeah, don't worry about it, mate. You go on, mate, you're absolutely fine, I'll sort all this. What an absolute hero. I shook his hand, but I should have actually got the company name that he came from, because the guy was an absolute hero. What an absolute legend. Yeah, what an absolute superstar. And do you know what really annoys me about the 40-mile-an-hour speed limit for wagons? And just quickly, yes, I am aware that it's the next day and I'm still complaining about the 40-mile-an-hour limit, but I've had very little sleep and I'm a bit cranky, and I think I'm allowed to complain about things this morning. Regardless, I am, so that's happening. It's the fact that Scotland gets so much right, whereas in England, you're trying to look for a spot and you find somewhere and then it says no HGV parking overnight, and you're like, oh, that's a bit of a dick move, isn't it? In Scotland, they'll have a sign, they'll say wagon parking this way, 3 miles, and I appreciate that. It's helpful. It's not just saying no, you cannot do this. It's actually kind of, giving you a second option, and it's great. So why 40 mile an hour? is the last time I go on about it, but why 40 miles an hour? Why? So I've asked what my next job is with Davey, and he said I'm going to Clifton, which is near Penrith, and I'm heading down to Bradford, picking up pallets and taking them down there. And he's not actually specified where in Bradford, so I've asked, you know, am I going to get the destination from the guys at Clifton? And his response was, Bradford. Thanks, Davey. Super helpful. Yeah, the entire screen's red from problems ahead of us. It's going to be one of them days. We're about 30 minutes out from our first drop. Our first drop today, as in this is multi-drop. I know that doesn't sound exciting, but I enjoy doing this. Bit of a break from the norm. So we've got 10 pallets of stuff for a B&Q in Bradford. Then we're going to go to another B&Q in Bradford and deliver 11 pallets. It was supposed to be 11 and 11, but they've obviously got so much water in them that they took me over weight. I was like 45 tons, and yeah, Vosa doesn't like you doing that. So we thought, let's keep Vosa happy, and we'll go ahead and take one of them off. It seemed like the right thing to do at the time. The only weird thing, or thing I'm not used to with this, is I have a booking time. So I've got to be there for 9:30, and there's a cut-off time as well, which I'm nowhere near. So I've got to be there for 9:30. Only issue is I'm going to be arriving in at 9:10. So I don't really know what I'm going to do within 20 minutes. I might give them a call and just say, can I arrive early? But I don't know if they'll tell me to bugger off or not. So I'm hoping not. Awesome, so that's number one done. I am very early for the other one, for the other drop. It's coming up as 10 o'clock is my ETA, and they're not expecting me till 11. But I've called ahead, used some charm, and he says that's fine. Come on in, we'll get you tipped early, which is awesome. There is a slight problem with the load. Thankfully, it's only 10 minutes away, but I wasn't especially happy with it. Once I'd moved all the stuff back, the extra 11 pallets, my intention was to then shift them forwards so the weight was on the front end. But I tried to walk them back and they just weren't. I just couldn't get them to walk back for whatever reason. I think, well, I don't really know. They just weren't shifting backwards. So I've got a lot of weight on that back end, and I can feel it. I'm trying to go up hills. I can feel it slipping out on me. So fortunately, it's just going to have to be a bit of a steady away thing. And then the other thing that happened, which was spectacular, and I don't think the upper camera caught it, which is such a shame. They had a delivery arrive, and I took. It's amazing. It's just some guy on a horse and cart. A delivery on horse and cart. Welcome to Bradford, apparently. And the funniest thing was, the guy was like, yeah, this is normal. Oh, this is spectacular. It was just the way the guy in the yard was just like, yeah, it's a horse and cart. It's Bradford. So it's just gone 11 o'clock, which is the time that I was booked into to get tipped at B&Q in Bradford. But we are way out of Bradford now and on our way to our next collection. I've heard stories from other drivers, and they're all always the same about, oh, B&Q's the worst place to get tipped, they're terrible in there, this and that and the other, always complaining about it. I don't get it. Genuinely don't get it. The 4 times that I've been to B&Q sites, they have been absolutely lovely. Just bending over backwards for you, yeah, not a problem at all. Yeah, you want to come in an hour early? Not a problem. We'll get you tipped, mate. Don't you worry about it. Maybe I've just got the look of the draw, or I don't really know what, but absolute superstars I've had so far, and literally can't fault them. Can't fault them at all. Anyways, we're off to FD Bird next, which is somewhere we went last week. We went on Friday. It was the last collection on Friday. Again, superstars, really nice guys. Maybe I just think everyone's nice. No, there's a few people I don't like, but I will say the vast majority of people I come across, they're always really nice, very friendly. But and then we're off up to Lockerbie, and yes, we're going into Scotland. But I've already said I'm not going to mention it, and I won't. A guy at this place. So I'm at FD Bird and Sons, and once again there are wagons piling in behind me. I think I'll ask him, but I'm pretty sure they just wait until a certain point and just send all the wagons. And I'm sure the guy is where he's sat here just going, come on, I need one wagon to turn up. Then all of them get sent at once. I'm not saying conspiracy, but it's a conspiracy. God damn, it's cold today. I stopped in Gretna, and my night heater stopped working through the night. It's just not coming on for some reason. No idea why, but it's not on. I'm hoping for a quick turnaround in Lockerbie, but something tells me that there'll be a queue up there. And I'm not just tipping, but I'm also reloading out of Lockerbie and heading up to Edinburgh, maybe, somewhere like that. I should really check these things before I say it on camera. So the pile here has grown somewhat. All of this has come from the same place that I've collected from. And if you see the pole that's just here, that's the pole that I attached my camera to, was it on Monday morning. And now it's under about 20 foot of wood. So yeah, they've quite clearly been running quite a few wagons out of there. So I'm just getting loaded now for Cowie, and I've had a chat with one of the drivers, and apparently it is snowing up there. It's snowing a lot up there from what he says. I don't know how bad the roads are going to be, but it'll be fun finding out. Oh. Right, Scotland, I have another bone to pick with you, and I'm sorry that this week I seem to just be shitting on you guys, but this is another big problem. Why is it, as a heavy goods driver, I can't seem to find a Greggs? I know you guys have them, there's definitely Greggs out there, but so far I've only been able to find one Greggs which is accessible by HGV. The rest are tucked away in Lyle towns and stuff like that. Even this place, no Greggs. It's not good enough, Scotland. Not good enough. Okay, so panic over, I managed to find the Greggs. Scotland, you are in the clear now. Although, what is with this weird and wacky square sausage? I went in there and they were like, you can have a round, you can have a square sausage. Never knew there was an option for a square one, but apparently in Scotland there is. And when I asked about it, and she was like, well, you can have an English sausage if you want. With so much disgust and disdain. So apparently I have to have a square one. That's the Scottish way. So we'll give this a quick crack and see how it is. I'm at Sterling Services at the moment, and although the people in Greggs are lovely, this has to be, I would say, the worst designed truck park I've actually ever been to. It's terrible. Onwards and upwards, and I'm well excited because we're going to Fort William, and I've never been to Fort William in a truck. I've been there when I was a kid on holiday, and I remember loving it. It was ace, like a properly amazing place, and yeah, I am super excited. Got about an hour and 40 before I need to have a break, but Fort William's about 3 hours away, and I've been asked by Davey to give him a call before I arrive. Now, I think what he's trying to do is there must be different loads going out of Fort William to different places, and he must be trying to work out where I can get and still get back on time. And I'll give him his due. With Davey, as long as you do your due through the week, he will always do his best to get you back on time on Friday. So yeah, Croatia, he is a very good planner. So while I was on break, I was working out what this afternoon and tomorrow will bring in regards to breaks. Now, the issue is I've already had 2 of my 15-hour working days, and one of them I think I've actually kind of wasted, because I think I've done like a 12.5-hour day and it just clocks onto a 15, so yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? I have used a 10-hour driving day this week, and today I've got under 4.5 hours left, and I can't take any breaks with that because the breaks will count against it. Essentially, I am very much on the clock today. I need to try and get up, get into BSW's yard, get loaded, get out, and... Oh, hello. You're going to have to stop. Or just keep going. That's also fine. That's also fine. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, so I do need to be very careful with what time I'm using, and yes, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one tomorrow. I don't know if he's going to send me just straight back home, or if there's going to be a detour somewhere, or what the crack is, but we'll find out. Before I went to do my class 1, I had someone tell me, which I'm sure everyone who's ever thought about being an Arctic driver has heard of at least one person. And it's this thing of, why would you want to become an Arctic driver? It's so boring. You just drive them down motorways all the time. Why don't you just get a nice office job? Get some money. Good advice. Yep. I'm being paid now, by the way. Like right now. So the good news is we're here. And we have 3 hours left on our time. Bad news is, don't actually know where we're taking the stuff. It's definitely going south, but yeah, beyond that, he doesn't know yet. It's either Stirling or to Lockerbie. So that's it. I'm out of time. Can't move for 11 hours now. Still, he's not bad. After an astonishing drive down through the Highlands past Loch Lomond, I'm about an hour and a half away from Lockerbie, and ETA into Lockerbie's about 9:45. I would say maybe about 30 minutes, so it'll be after 10. Now the issue is, I've not worked it out completely because I'm useless, but I think I'm going to have to stop working like a little after 6. I really need to start working this stuff out before I start speaking on camera. Oh well. So yeah, I'll have to finish a little before 6. So I don't really know what Davey's going to do with us. It's going to have to, whatever he's going to do with me, it's going to have to be a short run. Or maybe I'll just say, just go back to the yard. Finish 12 o'clock. Don't worry about it, mate. You're all good. What do you reckon? Reckon he's going to do that? I don't. So I'm in yet another queue at BSW Del Beatty. It's just after 12, it's 12:30 now, and I have had my 45-minute break. Now, I need to pick up from here, which I'm working out with given the queue, the time to get in, all that, it'll probably be an hour. Now, with 2.5 hours drive to Workington, that takes me up to 4 o'clock, and then half an hour to tip, just talking 4:30, and then I think it's like an hour and a half to get back to the yard, and that would be too late. And if I could do it, it would be with minutes to spare, and I just don't think it's worth the risk, if I'm honest. So, I'm out of BSW, and it's too late for me to go to Workington. There's no way I'm getting there. So, I have made the executive decision to just sack it off and head straight back to the yard. And yeah, we're almost done for the week. I'm excited. Thank you very much for watching the video. As always, it's genuinely appreciated. Apologies for the terrible continuity. I am organised enough to have pre-recorded this video before I arrive to the yard to actually have time to do it. But I'm not organised enough to have done it at night when it would have made sense with continuity and stuff like that. But I think we've already worked out that professionalism isn't quite my niche. Thank you very much for watching. Genuinely, from the heart, thank you for watching. It's awesome to see the great comments people leave. If you do like the video and you haven't subscribed already, click the subscribe and the little notification doodah that's just next to it. If you've not done it, just click it, it's just there, it's all good. And don't forget to like, comment, and share. And when I say share, put it on Facebook, send it to a mate, something like that, anything, just get it out there, because as I have said, I have big plans for this channel and I want it to grow. And yeah, but thanks very much, and we'll see you next week.